welcome to episode 75 of the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor of the Tenkar's Tavern blog. How are you all today? It's my birthday. I feel like Bilbo Baggins. It's my birthday! Screw you all. I'm taking my goodies and running. No. Yeah, I turned 51 today. Holy shit. Seriously, at one point it was something I didn't think I'd even reach, and here I am hitting 51 and looking forward to maybe not another 51, but a quite large number of years ahead of me, hopefully. So, what does 51 have to do with anything I'm talking about today? Well, unlike turning 50, which apparently didn't have much of a, push to me, or wasn't really that much of a high watermark. 51, and I'm looking back, and I'm like, wow. 51, I've accomplished a lot in the last year. Not that I planned to. I mean, you'd like to, but I'm not good at planning things. I just happen to stumble into some good stuff. And a lot of that's because of you all. Everybody here is listening to this podcast and reading the blog. So, I'm here because of you. Thank you. But with everything I've accomplished up to now, what am I going to look to accomplish going forward? Obviously, continue finding ways to improve the blog and improve the podcast, build the communities on Facebook, on the Discord server, continue making new content, work on Swords and Wizardry Light. Fun stuff. Really, fun stuff. But, yeah, like I said, hitting 51 has been more of a milestone than hitting 50 for some strange reason. And it makes me look back. It makes me look back at the OSR. I mean, I came into the OSR and came to the OSR before I started blogging, so we're probably talking about 10 years ago. I probably arrived in 2007. I mean, I don't know exactly because I wasn't writing. I wasn't blogging. But I do remember a movement. Oh, man, what the heck was it called? When I came in to not categorize, but put a label on the OSR, put an organization behind the OSR to kind of control the movement. I mean, it was doomed to fail. And that was the first time anything involving leadership of the OSR was tried. And not the first time it failed. Because here's the thing with the old school Renaissance, old school revival, old school role-playing, whatever you want to label it as. It doesn't have a center. If anything, it's like an ellipse. It's like infinity. You can come onto that thing anywhere, and it's all connected. But there's no point where you can say, this is the center, this is the most important part, this is where the leadership is. There aren't. Or it could be like one of those diagrams with the overlapping circles, and you're going to try to find out, well, this applies to me, but this one doesn't, but this one does. So I'm in this part of the Venn diagram. I think a lot of people overthink it. I really do. And those that try to control this wild Mustang that we have of old school gaming are doomed to fail. I like to think that I am one of many that hold a standard that people can rally around for old school gaming, but I am far from the only one, and I am most certainly not the largest. There's a lot of us, so That's one of those things I am thinking about as I turn 51. All right. Enough of that part. Let's move on to other stuff. And we're back. Woohoo! All right. So, kind of like a birthday present for me, I guess, is the fact that on Wednesday, in 2 days, August 1st, this being July 30th, Ken Whitman gets to show up in court. Civil court in Manhattan, New York County, New York State, and answer the civil suit against him. Now, his latest, when Kenny doesn't understand the law, but tries to act like he does, because obviously he's acting as his own lawyer, it is highly entertaining. And Kenny submitted a bunch of questions for discovery. And, yeah. He, well, I shouldn't say a bunch of questions. He put together a bunch of requests, but then he actually asked Kenny. You'll see in a second. He asked for all documents related to all financial transactions for Louis Desi Jr. supporting the Nights at Dinner Table Kickstarter. That was already submitted. Then he asked a question to Louis. Do you understand that New York City Supreme Court requires that you have a minimum of $25,000 in damages to be the correct venue? And that's obviously not a request for discovery or inspection, so not answered. Do you understand that your original backing of $250 in a Nights at Dinner Table is $24,750 short of meeting the minimum required by the state of New York? Again, not relevant. Did you pass the bar in the state of Massachusetts? The bar exam. Well, here, Louis passed the bar exam, Ken. He just didn't make it past the bar itself. He was, his personality, his character was deemed to be unsuitable for the bar. But he passed the written bar. To say he did not pass the bar exam, which you can't even spell exam properly, Ken. So, in any case, again, not a proper question. Then, Kenny had a question that's about a paragraph, well, page long, following up on this as to why Louis was denied. Again, irrelevant. My favorite, though, was, do you believe that for your $250 backing to the Nights at Dinner Table Kickstarter, it is fair and reasonable to ask for my financials, my day-to-day operational expenses and taxes, knowing the cost to provide new copies of all paperwork would be financially devastating. He misspelled financially, he misspelled devastating. To me, as I currently live below the poverty level, well, that's irrelevant, Ken. I know Kenny's working on the sympathy of the court. He's not going to get sympathy of the court. If Kenneth Whitman agrees to pay you back the $250 he spent to back next to the Kickstarter, would you agree to drop this lawsuit? If the answer is nothing, yes, please state why you would not do so. Well, again, Kenny, Louis brought in Kickstarter itself into this lawsuit because he wants an accounting from them, and he's asking for you to give up the hard drive, the high definition footage. Now, there's other stupid questions here from Kenny. Most of it is either poorly worded, improperly spelled, improper tenses. It's pure Kenny. This is what he submitted to the court, and it's not even proper discovery. But hey, that's Kenny. But more importantly, Kenny states that he no longer has the HD video. At the same time, he says if he did have the HD video, he would need it's 4 terabytes, and he would need hard drives to transfer it to because uploading it would take him months. I guess Kenny's on dial-up and would not be able to upload that in less than a month and a half, 2 months. So, excuse me. This is my birthday. This is my birthday present. Now, I think the further birthday present is the fact that Kenny is not going to show up to court. I'm pretty damn sure about that. And it's not because I suspect his license is suspended for failure to pay child support. Again, I suspect. This is what I've heard, Ken. Doesn't mean it's actually what it is. So, but I think he's not going to show up because he's hoping to avoid it all. If he doesn't go, I mean, he submitted everything he can and then some. And if he doesn't go, he's hoping the judge will just throw it out and say, I already read the paperwork here. And there's no case against this Kenneth Whitman. And that's not the way it's going to work, Ken. And Ken's already said that if it's ruled against him, he's going to go bankrupt. Although I thought you had to have a sufficient number of years between bankruptcies, but I guess Kenny knows best. Well, there we go. So, again, happy birthday to me. I got some Amazon gift certificates for my birthday. A lot of other stuff cool, too. But the Amazon gift certificates are going to probably be used to upgrade the podcast as best I can. Maybe get a nice standalone microphone. Although, with my kitty on the desk in front of me, being where the mic would be as opposed to my headset, I don't know how that's going to work. And maybe I'm going to invest in some easy to use, if I can find it, audio editing software, so I don't have to use the Anchor's online podcast builder. Just put everything together in one file and upload it. But we'll see. All right, folks. Thank you for spending the time listening to me. Thank you. Thank you for giving a crap. All right. God bless. Stay safe. Roll your dice well. And I will see you tomorrow on 51 years plus 1 day for the Tavern Master. Later.